What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Chicago Black Delegation Podcast. I'm your host, HT, aka High Thinking, and you are now watching The Corner Show with me, HT. On this show, I will be reacting to different videos that's been sent my way or videos that I come across that I find interesting. You can send me suggestions for videos in the comment section, in the chat, and my email, chicagoblackdelegation@gmail.com. And if I find it interesting, if I think it's pertaining to the development and empowerment of black people, if that be by way of finances, relationships, politics, or otherwise, right? I would definitely check it out. So let's check out this next video.
If I could do it all over again, I wouldn't be in no relationship with nobody. It's not necessary. It's not even worth it.
All right. This guy thinks relationships are not necessary, nor are they worth it. I already strongly disagree, but let's find out why he believes. Let's hear the argument first.
You don't need nobody.
Very subjective, but let's keep going.
You don't need nobody to be complete. You need you to be complete. I wouldn't. It's a waste of time, waste of energy, waste of resources.
Waste of time, waste of resources, waste of energy. All of that is completely untrue.
Waste of life.
Waste of life, completely untrue.
You know, I think the problem is people think that they just have to have somebody. No, you have to have you. You have to have you. If you don't have you, having somebody else ain't gonna matter and make a difference anyway.
All right. So let's start. Let's go ahead and let's talk about this for a minute. He begins by stating that relationships are not useful. That they're a waste of time, and waste of energy, and waste of all these things. Check this out, man. I here on the Chicago Black Delegation Podcast, especially coming out of my mouth, I'm a very, very heavily supporter of families. Okay, families is, oh my goodness, it is a lot. Okay, there is so much value you get from investing into your family. Okay, the more kids that you can support, the better, right? But you got to be really, really good at this capitalism game in order for that to work out favorably. But yes, I mean, I don't know what he's talking about, bro. So let's start it off with the relationship because that's like the first part. That's what he's really talking about. But there's like stronger arguments to have why we should hold on to these relationships and stuff like that. And why did I put this? Okay. And I want people to know that this idea, this notion that you're wasting your time, you waste your effort, waste your finances, resources into relationship is this again is completely early false. Even all this stuff is just so, like, I don't know, elementary, but unfortunately I'm gonna have to be relatively vague in explaining this stuff because it's really gonna be a reoccurring theme throughout the videos that I release and stuff like that, on how to, like, specifically pertaining to making somebody else happy, vetting people, finding somebody that's actually, which when I say vetting somebody, I mean finding somebody that's specifically compatible with you as an individual. I'm sorry, whom one person may vet out of their lives, the next person may find all the value in the world in that person. You know what I'm saying? All of this stuff is extremely subjective. Now there is a conversation to be had about the availability, right, of certain type of value. So I think one common argument is, okay, just how many guys are out there that could support a life of luxury. You know what I'm saying? That's not a huge amount of men that's able to do that. Not a huge amount of women that's able to do that. So I think it's in everybody's best interest to, I would say, be mindful of the availability of the options that you seek out. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, like seriously, this conversation is gonna be about vetting. Like, that's all it really is. This dude is butthurt about the relationships that he's had in the past. He feels that he wasted money, he wasted time, he wasted effort, he wasted all of these things just to end up alone. You know what I'm saying? And his problem is, this is gonna sound wild, right? His problem is he did it for love. Okay, this is what it is. He didn't choose the woman for what she brings to the table. Let's just keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? He didn't find a woman that's actually compatible with him, right? To be more politically correct, you know what I'm saying? You got to find somebody that's compatible with you as an individual. And once you do that, once you find somebody that is actually compatible with you, and I'm not talking about no spiritual or what's that thing, zodiac signs or anything, I don't know, water ties, none of that stuff. It's about what somebody actually produces. It's about what somebody actually has, what somebody looks like, the things that's actually physically tangible, and actions that can be expressed, or and to some avail some love languages. You know what I'm saying? Talk is cheap. You have to, once you find that person that is actually compatible with you, that's the person you invest in. You invest in that person. You invest in, better yet, that's when you invest into the relationship, right? You don't necessarily invest into the person. You invest into the relationship, because the relationship is what will bring you the fruit, right? You plant the seed, you fertilize the soil, you water it, you maintain it, you watch it grow, you maintain this growth, you clip that, you do what you got to do as far as maintenance otherwise, and then it bears you fruit, right? That fruit will give you nourishment. It's something tangible. You can benefit from it. That tree can, granted the season is right, will bring you more fruit, right? But it has you not invested any time, any effort into the maintenance of that seed, you will get nothing. And this man is making appeasement to nothing. It's really strange how, it's really funny how a lot of guys, and I'm not to say that this dude has an opinion, not to say that this dude has an opinion about 50-50, but a lot of these type of guys that adopt this guy's lifestyle or thought process will also say that when a woman chooses to be alone instead of 50-50, she has to pay 100% of the bills by herself, right? This dude is choosing to pay 100% of the bills by himself, right? He's not only choosing to pay 100% of the bills by himself. He's also choosing to cook 100% of the meals. He's choosing to clean 100% of the house. He's choosing to commit all of his time to everything to do with his self-sustainment, right? Whereas had he had found somebody that he's compatible with, right, he would be a lot more happy. He wouldn't just be happy because the girl makes him happy, that she gives him sex and stuff like that, but she's also a help meet. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that brings something to the table that he can benefit from, so he can put his mind on other things, right? Time isn't an investment. If he can come home and contribute and have to contribute less to the house, to the maintenance of the household than he would had he had been single, yeah, he can put more effort into making more money for the household. He can put more effort into being building a stronger bond between him and his extended family, which could bring other benefits. He could put that effort towards networking, you know what I'm saying, which could bring other types of benefits. There's so much things you can do with your time. It's crazy. And with you finding somebody that's compatible with you, right, makes your life a lot easier. So for this dude to say that it's everything, all this stuff, appeasing, trying to find a girl or a guy for you or whatever, is a waste of time, is completely foolish. And he does not understand the value of time itself. So let's see what else he has to say. Oh, hold on.
I wouldn't. If I could do it all over again, I would not be with nobody. I would be building myself and building my life and enjoying the fruits of my labor by myself, and with a turtle, a dog, or a fish tank, cat, whatever.
So real quick, so he rather invest into something that just brings nothing back to him. Like he wants to buy food for his dog or a pet. He wants to buy a cage or some type of encasement for that animal. And he wants to maintain these animals instead of investing into something that could bring something back to him. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's just like he just doesn't get it. I don't know how old this dude is. I see some gray hairs, which is telling. And man, that's very unfortunate because it means that he might not ever get it. But hey, if you watch the Chicago Black Delegation Podcast, if you guys share it, if you guys like it. It just might reach out to him. You feel me?
Oh man, you getting into relationships, man, that's a lot of work. Just think of it like this: relationship means work.
True.
Doesn't mean fighting. Okay, we think that relationship means conflict, fighting. No, it means work.
I agree to some extent. I agree. You're in a relationship, you're gonna go through debates. You're gonna go through disagreements and stuff like that, maybe even arguments. Don't fight anybody. Don't physically fight anybody. I'm pretty sure he means just verbal confrontation, right? So let's apply some charitability here. There's gonna be some level of fighting involved, some level of disagreement involved into every relationship. This just is what it is. But he says it's work, right? So let's see what he means about work before I assume, right?
And I wouldn't want to put the work in again. No, even with the perfect woman. Nope. Nope.
Well, there you go. He doesn't even explain what work means. It doesn't seem like. So he said, and not even for the perfect woman, which is very, very telling as far as what he understands about women and what he understands about this exchange that happens between two partners in a given relationship.
I want to make the perfect life for me by myself first, and once I've successfully done that, then maybe.
So let me just go ahead and address this work thing, because he doesn't define what work means. Okay, so let's go ahead and we gotta assume. We have to assume again. I can't stand assuming, but when people like this create this content and they don't know how to communicate effectively, then everybody's just left with their assumptions about what this dude is talking about. And unfortunately, assumptions and lacking in communication can mean anything in terms of how the message is delivered. So in my opinion, right, I'm gonna assume when he says work, he's talking about the compromise, the fight to compromise to find equal ground with their partner. Okay, so again, when it comes to his work, you're talking about the disagreements that can kind of arise from these dealings with other people. Work could also extend to your effort to sustain in a relationship by way of providing, right, for what you offer, what you bring to the table, and which is an umbrella term for pretty much everything under the sun regarding keeping the house clean, to maintain the kids, helping the kids with their homework, a whole bunch of stuff, right? So for him to say that like it's not worth, like he wouldn't want to put in the work to maintain the perfect woman is pretty ridiculous. I mean, if he knew what is compatible with him, right, he would understand that. And I don't think this person knows what compatibility actually means, right? I think a lot of people think compatibility only means somebody that gives you the butterflies and stuff like that, right? No, that's not what I would consider to be actual compatibility. Compatibility is somebody that could help you achieve, that can help you achieve as much of these things as possible. This is for anybody that doesn't know what this chart is. This is Maslow's law. Oh my goodness. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Okay, anybody that can help you establish these needs and get you and help assist you in getting as far up here and wants right as possible is the person that's most compatible with you. For him to find a perfect person, she will not only help him establish these foundational needs, right? She will also intrinsically inspire him to have these wants met, so that he can reach this self-actualization. And if he may be lacking in any sort of psychological or cognitive ability to any capacity, she will not only help him establish the platform or the foundation to create this for himself. If she will also inspire him and help him or assist him into his self-actualization. Like she may be a therapist, right? That can run down like the different type of strategies or I would say course of action that will be required for him to reach this more sense of morality, creativity, spontaneity, acceptance, experience, purpose, meaning, and inner potential. Right? She will help him reach that level, and that means a lot. And without that perfect individual for you, you won't have that. You won't find. You will never reach this plateau if you cannot. If you can't do it for yourself. Some people can. Some people can't do it. Some people can't do it for themselves. But I will argue they didn't do it by themselves. I would argue that there had been some level of inheritance involved, some sort of structural foundation set by like the community or government, let's say paved roads or schools or education and stuff like that, books, like so on and so forth. There's a lot of things there had been a lot of things set in place for people to reach this self-actualization that they themselves alone would not have been able to access had a lot of things had not already been set in place already, like the internet, right? So I mean, I'm just saying, there's just a whole bunch of stuff that need to be in place for you to be able to do it. And people that think they are a made man or a made woman, no, you're not. You're not self-made. Like nobody is self-made. Everything, especially in 2024, there's just too much going on in 2024. And unless you like got the freaking needle and the yarn, and you crafted the needle and the yarn yourself, like you blacksmithed yourself, and you built everything from literal nothing from what God gave you. You're not a self-made person. That's just my opinion on it. That's my take on it, rather. For everybody out there that truly tried love and it didn't work out, then so be it. You know what I mean? Just try your best and make the most of the situation, regardless. You know what I'm saying? And but for this dude to come up and say that it's not worth trying to begin with, like complete and utter foolishness. One thing that I was teasing at earlier from this video was family. I'm just like this. You having children and how you cultivate and nurture those children can mean the world when you're approaching like your older age. Like if you spend a lot of time with your daughter and you showed her love, affection, cultivated and maintained her lifestyle until she's can reach some level of independence and self establishment and self fulfillment, then that daughter will likely pay you back in kind in your old age. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just saying that what this dude mean, like at this rate, this dude, like I said, he got his gray hairs going and stuff like that. I don't know what to say. Like a lot of men, because they didn't establish some bond with his children or even with the community. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't do that. There's nobody to take care of him in his old age. You know what I'm saying? And they pass away alone, in their homes and stuff like that. They don't have the money to live in an old folks home, so nurses and the like can take care of them. They just they get weak and brittle, and they just pass away. You know what I'm saying? And it's because these guys they didn't establish a strong bond with their family or as I said, their community. So I'm just saying that if you were to invest, and that's why I say you invest into the relationship, because invest into the relationship means you're creating something that you both, you and your partner, can benefit from, in the present and also in the future. Like I said, and those kids are very much so a part of that security, that reassurance that you'll be okay in your old age. So, but yeah, that's all I gotta say for this video. I'm Ben Hart. Thank you from the Chicago Black Delegation Podcast, and I'll catch you on the flip side.